The death of Pope Francis brings to an end a papacy that made history in many ways. Francis was the first South American pope and the first Jesuit to hold the papacy. He was known throughout his time as Pope for his humility, but as well as being a religious leader, Pope Francis was also a world leader. Queen Elizabeth II made a historic visit to the Vatican just months after Pope Francis was elected, but this meeting between the Supreme Governor of the Church of England and the head of the Catholic Church ended up with another royal taking a starring role. Enter Prince George. The prince wasn't yet one when his great-grandmother visited the first South American pope at the Holy See. But as they met in front of the cameras, it was the toddler royal who was on both their minds. For as they exchanged well wishes and diplomatic gifts, there was an extra present on the table for George. It was a moment laden with history. Pope Francis chose for George an orb made of lapis lazuli and topped with the cross of Saint Edward the Confessor, King of England between 1042 and 1066, who was canonized in 1161. It was engraved with the words, Pope Francis, to His Royal Highness Prince George of Cambridge. Queen Elizabeth II, ever practical, was very grateful before telling the Pope that her new great-grandson would be thrilled with that when he's a little older. In return, Pope Francis was given a selection of produce from the royal estates, including some honey and some whiskey. The Pope and the monarch also exchanged photographs, as is customary. The orb was a significant present. In Western cultures, the orb is a symbol of responsibility, but also a reminder that this power is given by God. Lapis lazuli signifies wisdom and truth. The cross of Saint Edward the Confessor would have been particularly poignant for Queen Elizabeth II, who used to send flowers to the tomb of the Saint King in Westminster Abbey on the anniversary of his death. King Charles met Pope Francis at the Vatican during the recent state visit to Italy. It was a private audience, also attended by Queen Camilla, and came despite the ill health of the pontiff, who'd only just returned to his home following a long hospital stay for bilateral pneumonia.